Hello again, it's me PsychoGear, and I'm back with another Ghost Block tutorial. It's been a while since I uploaded the last video of the series, but yeah, I'm back and I have a little bit more to show you. Actually, I haven't been posting videos about this anymore because I wanted to make sure that I actually tell you everything I know. So I did some testing and came up with a few more things to show you, and actually in this video I'm going to give you a few random informations about ghost blocks and also do some testing. And yeah, so let's get started. Actually, I will just go ahead and do the testing at first. So actually there was a user who commented on my video. The user was Final Estos, and Final Estos suggested that I should go ahead and try to blow up a TNT block in another chunk, and that would actually create a ghost block, because the deleted blocks which are blown up by the TNT are not going to be updated since they are in another chunk, and therefore they would be destroyed without destroying the textures or something like that. And in this way you could also create ghost blocks, and I tried that, but I have to say that it didn't work for me. I don't know if I did something wrong, but I think I did actually everything exactly as told. So I will just go ahead and make this. Actually, I'm going to activate the coordinates at first, and then I'm going to make a teleporter, TP at P5344 minus 1115. So I'm going to teleport myself in in this direction 1000 blocks, and or at least actually in this direction 1000 blocks, and that's what I'm going to do now. And you can see over here that this is the place where I already did some testing, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and show you what I did. And it's actually this. So I will place another repeater here on 2. So this command block is going to teleport me back in 1000 blocks. So it's going to be activated about 1 second after I activate this line, and I'm going to put a TNT block right here. So it will get activated, and 1 second after that I will be teleported back to where it came from. And as you were able to see, I just activated the TNT and I was teleported away. So by now it should have blown up. I wait a second, so now it should have blown up for sure. So if I go back now, there should be either a plane of ghost blocks, or a hole with some ghost blocks, or something like that. But actually if I go back, you can see that the TNT is still there, and it was active by now, and it exploded. So what I think happened here was that the TNT block got actually saved when I left the chunk. So basically, if you leave a chunk, then active TNT blocks are going to be saved in the state that they are in. So if you activate a TNT block and leave the chunk, then it's going to be saved as an activated TNT block. Let's say that it was activated 1 second ago, so there are like 1.5 seconds to go, or something like that. I don't know, but actually then if you come back into the chunk, then it will reload the TNT in the state that it was in, and since it was active, then it's going to be reloaded active, and then it's going to blow up. So there's basically no way that I see that you could blow up a TNT block in a chunk that you're not in. and therefore I don't see a way to actually do what Finalast just suggested, and therefore I can just say that this probably doesn't work anymore. It probably got fixed or something like that. So I'm sorry about that, but maybe I did this wrong. So if I did, please tell me. But anyways, there is something else that I actually got wrong, and I just changed this to a torch so I don't place TNT by mistake. And actually, what I told you that was wrong was block updates. Block updates do not delete what did I want to say? Block updates do not delete ghost blocks. I said that in, I think, the very first tutorial, or in the second, I'm not sure, maybe also in the third. But yeah, I'm just going to create 2 redstone ore ghost blocks over here and 2 normal redstone ore blocks, and then I'm changing my game mode to 0, so to survival. And as you probably know, if you hit a redstone ore block, it will update and then turn in a glowing redstone ore block. The same thing happens if you step on it, and these are actually different blocks, so they are not the blocks anymore that they were before. And so there was a block updates, and you can actually go ahead and just build a block update detector right here. But at first I'm going to show you that this also happens with ghost blocks, so it's also going to be updated also if you step on it, but they are not going to be deleted. And I will show you that this is actually a normal block, but those are both ghost blocks. So they were ghost blocks, they updated, and they weren't deleted. So I will go ahead and build a block update detector here real quick, if I remember the design correctly, and just like that, and like that, and like that, like this, and like this. And now if you go ahead and place something here, it will do this. So every time a block near it updates, it will actually make a little pulse, and I will step on this, and it updates. As you can see, it updated, and it will create a pulse here. So this is actually a block update, and it didn't destroy ghost blocks. So block updates do not necessarily delete ghost blocks. I don't know if it happens in some situations and in others not, but in this particular one it actually does not delete them. So what I told you was probably wrong, so I'm sorry for that, but hey, everybody can do mistakes. But anyways, there was a forum user, a Minecraft forum user, who told me that actually ghost blocks are created when there is a communication error between the client and the server. And I actually don't really know something about anything about coding or the Minecraft programming stuff, so I am not sure what is meant to be the server in the single player world, since you can also make ghost blocks in single player. But anyways, as I said, I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to say it's wrong. But what I also wanted to tell you is, and there was actually an explanation why ghost blocks are deleted when you pull them, and that is because if a piston extends or retracts, it actually saves the ID, so the block ID that a type of block is saved in. I just started the sentence new. If you, as you probably know, if you have a block in the world, then it's saved as a number, and every type of number has every type of block has its specific number, and that is actually why block updates happen, because the lit redstone ore block has another number than the normal redstone ore block, and actually if a piston retracts, it takes the block ID from where it pulls, actually replaces it with air ID, and replaces the air ID where the block is going with the original block ID, and since there is no block there, it's going to replace it with air, and therefore there's no ghost block left. But this explanation is not working for pushing for some reason, because you can push ghost blocks, and this other user that I cannot remember the username, sadly, told me that he or she also does not know why ghost blocks can be pushed with pistons. But anyways, that just as another information. And now I'm going to give you one further kind of random information that probably is not useful at all, but I'll just give it to you anyways. If you make ghost blocks and actually give, okay, it's raining, toggle down, fall. Why is it always raining in my videos? Anyways, if you create a texture plate, alright, I'm a bit tired right now, but if you create a pressure plate with the ID, with the texture of another block, then actually you are not just giving it a new texture. What I think is you also give the dimensions to this pressure plate. So actually what happens is, when you look at a block, you can see the black surroundings, right? So this is the block that you're looking at, and if you look at this piston, it will actually highlight the surrounding of the piston. So those are the dimensions of the block. That's why you can actually step on it and not fall through, and you can not do that here. So it has other dimensions, and as you can see, you have a little step over here if you go on a repeater, and you don't have the whole dimension like this piston. It is much smaller, but it also has some type of height. I cannot pronounce that anyways. So I think this is why you can step on ghost blocks, and as you can see, or as you saw, this pressure plate activated when I stepped on the block. So this block has the information that it is triggered when you step on it. So since now the dimensions of this pressure plate for your very own player is actually the dimension of a normal block, and it's going to be activated when you step on this very how do you call that, on this coordinates maybe of the block. So you don't need to be down here and at the level of the pressure plate. It's already enough if you touch the block from above. And yeah, so actually the information of the pressure plate is now the information for the stone block. So you have a stone block with the information of a pressure plate. So if you step on the stone block, it will trigger the pressure plate. And something that I found out, which is a bit weird, is that you can actually jump across a pressure plate with another texture without triggering it. But if you stay on it too long, it will actually trigger. So nope, that's not what I wanted. Like that. And now I'm going to fall down. Okay, so it doesn't work every time, but as you have probably seen a few seconds ago, I was able to jump on the block and further without triggering the pressure plate. So sometimes it works, but most of the time it won't. But anyway, sometimes it works, and I don't know why it works, but it works. Maybe because that's maybe a solution. As you can see, a pressure plate is not as wide as a block, and maybe I was just jumping on this little edge around here and therefore didn't trigger the pressure plate, but that might be a solution. It's not necessarily the solution that is actually correct. But anyways, that's it for this video, I guess. I don't think I have more to show for now. There's actually something that I can show you in the next video. I told you that there's an addition to the invisible fire, and I'm going to show you that in the next video. But anyways, I hope you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, and if you have any questions you can put them in the comments. But yeah, I will see you in the next video, I hope, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So bye.